It's my one life, and I give it everything I got. I am music. I am sports. I am the culture. Here's a quick news break with yours truly. I'm the one and only. I go by the name of Mr. TALIAFERRO. Please make sure you're following your boy. It's on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and it's all at itsmrtaliaferro. So LeBron James is under fire for a post that he made on his social media account. So obviously, hearts are heavy because we get justice for George Floyd with Derek Chauvin being convicted on all 3 charges that he was facing, and he'll do pretty much the rest of his life in prison, even though he's probably going to commit suicide. So LeBron James went on his social media account and not only celebrated that accountability was made in the George Floyd case, but obviously he turned his attention to something that happened literally as the Derek Chauvin verdict was coming in. More craziness in our world involving an unarmed with a gun, young black female this time around, in a place that LeBron knows very well. It's the Ohio area. This is in Columbus. Obviously, LeBron's from Akron. So 16-year-old Ma'Khia Bryant was shot by a police officer. Now, it looks like Ma'Khia had a knife in her hand. There's video all over the internet. You can go look it up if you want to see it. The police officer pulls up, and I'm assuming he thought the right thing to do was to shoot Ma'Khia Bryant immediately to defuse the situation. My question is, why are we always so quick, or why are police officers so quick to go to deadly force? Like, I'm not saying that in a situation like that, a taser shouldn't be implemented or whatever. Whatever you need, more officers to defuse the situation. Like, I'm not saying that ain't got to be it, because it's a tough job. I'll admit that. But why do y'all always go to deadly force? That's my question. For any officer out there listening, why does it always have to be deadly force immediately with us, with people that look like me and you? All right, that's my biggest question. That's what pisses me off. I'm not mad at officers defusing the situation, trying to get back to their family at night. But why do y'all always go to deadly force when it's with black people? And when we see y'all with other people, especially white young men and women, whatever they do, it doesn't matter, because y'all not going more times than not use deadly force. They ain't getting killed over bad incidents, over bad days. They not. That's what bothers me. And it bothered LeBron James enough to go on his social media account and post "You're next" to the officer that shot and killed one of us again. Now, let's be real. That's a problematic tweet. Not for you, not for me. If we tweet out "You're next" to an officer, obviously we're showing our frustration and our emotions. It don't go too far. When LeBron James does it, come on, y'all, this is one of the most popular athletes in the history of the game. He is the most popular athlete to come around in the last 15 years. It's not even close. It is problematic, because essentially what you're doing is, he's so mad. He's too big of a person to do social media and say something like "You're next." If he wants to speak out on social issues, I've always commended LeBron James for doing things that Michael Jordan wouldn't in his heyday, and Kobe Bryant in his prime would not. And that's my favorite athlete of all time. God rest his dead. Michael Jordan made it clear Republicans buy shoes too. Kobe Bryant just kind of teetered the lines and stayed away until the latter stages of his career, where he spoke out more about issues. LeBron James has went all the way in. He's not only putting the capital up, he's actually doing the work, speaking out on social issues, making sure voting polls and all that is implemented for the people. He does the work. So as much as Michael Jordan has went in the opposite direction in his prime to kind of stay quiet with what he does in the community, if at all, and, you know, pretty much said one time Republicans buy shoes too, LeBron has doubled down in the opposite direction. And he's the GOAT from an athletic standpoint in that, for real. But when you say "You're next," I mean, that could be taken as threatening. What if one of these LeBron James fanatics goes out and touches the officer up? Look, as much as we want justice, that ain't the way that we supposed to go about and get it. And the only reason why I'm saying that, let's be clear. The only reason why I'm saying that is you don't want to compound one black person being killed by the police with one of us going and killing a police, and now another one of us is gone. In this way, that'll be prison or maybe shot to death. So him saying "You're next" is problematic. Now, LeBron did go back and delete the tweet and explain why he deleted the tweet. I'm assuming somebody got in his ear, maybe the NBA, maybe one of his business partners. So I'm going to start with what Tom Cotton out of Arkansas said. He said LeBron James is inciting violence against an Ohio State police officer. This is disgraceful and dangerous. Is the NBA okay with this? Is Twitter okay with this? LeBron said anger does any of us any good, and that's including myself. I'm gathering all the facts, and educating does that, though. My anger still is here for what happened to that little girl. My sympathy for her family, and may justice prevail. I'm so damn tired of seeing black people killed by police. I took the tweet down because it's being used to create more hate. This isn't about one officer. It's about the entire system, and they always use our words to create more racism. I am so desperate for more accountability. I'm with you, LeBron. Desperate for accountability, I think, is the words right there that I'll use. I am too. Like we just, bro, why is deadly force used with black people so much? I think I have an answer. I think it comes out of fear. That's my honest answer. I think it comes out of fear. But to be honest with you, if you fearful of the job, if you don't, like for me, if you can't defuse a situation, like what makes a police officer better than you or me? We're not cops, or most of us watching this video are not cops. Hell, if a police officer just gonna walk up and shoot somebody, like I could do that. Like what? I could do that. Like that ain't diffusing nothing. You get paid to work in situations like this. And I know it's a hard job, harder than a lot of jobs out there. Be clear. But if you just walk up to a scenario on the day that we got justice for the killing of Judge George Floyd in 2020, you walk right up to somebody knowing what's going on in the country. Like the biggest story of this country by far is Derek Chauvin being charged and convicted of second degree and third degree murder and then second degree manslaughter. For you to just walk up and say, I gotta go. Like that literally contradicts everything we just saw with Derek Chauvin. Like, why would you? Why does the force have to be deadly to defuse? Anybody could do that. We pay y'all to find ways to get people into prisons if they've done wrong, or get them to their court date so we can find out what they did and if it was wrong or not. It's a messed up system. I'm with LeBron. I just want more accountability and more transparency. That's what I want. OJ Simpson has some words of advice for LeBron James. Y'all let me know what y'all think about OJ.
Hey, Twitter world, it's me, yours truly. Tough morning listening to all the criticism that LeBron James is getting. I'm a fan of LeBron. I admire the work that he's done, how he's helped his community and how he's helped his friends, and how he's been fighting all of these social issues, especially that of systemic racism in the legal system and with the police departments around our country. But you can't fight every battle. You can't, you got to pick your battles. I mean, it's a war that must be fought, but sometimes you need to take your time and be a little more patient before you comment on some of these bad incidences that are happening with police departments. This one, LeBron should have waited. I'm a little upset with most of the media because they showed us edited versions of what took place with the girl with the knife. They made it sound as if this was another police officer overreacting and killing a young black American. Well, from what I saw when I saw the full tape, the police guy had no choice. He responded. We wish he could have pulled a taser. We wish he could have done it in another way. But in that instance, if he hadn't done what he did, it appeared to me if another young American would have had her life taken. And hey, I can't fault what he did. I wish it was different, but I can't fault it. But LeBron, keep fighting the fight. I think we all got to be a little more patient. I'm against defunding the police. I think you just got to redirect some of those funds to better training and maybe dealing with more psychological training. In any event, God bless. Wear your mask, get your shots. I'm just saying.
Okay, y'all let me know what y'all think about one of the greatest but weirdest running backs of all time, OJ Simpson. I thank you guys so much for the time, love, and support checking out this news break. I really appreciate the love. Catch full new episodes of FERRO's music-based platform every day only on YouTube at itsmrtaliaferro. You can also find clips, updates, giveaways, and more on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, also at It's Mr. Taliaferro. For all basketball fans, make sure you tune in to FERRO's daily highlights, reports, and commentary on YouTube at FERRO, and even more updates on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at FERRO as well.